Pop up, king. Pop off, queen. That's what all the cool kids apparently are saying when things are going well and heading in the right direction. We used to say, you know, show up and show off. However, times are changing. Today, we're going to be talking about Lacey because it is popping off. Apparently, it's showing up and showing off in some great neighborhoods that you're going to want to know about.
We're Joe and Charity, local realtors right here in the Pacific Northwest, and we help people just like you every week who are considering moving to this beautiful region. Today, we're going to take you through 6 Lacey neighborhoods or areas so that you know where you might want to land if this is the city for you.
First place we're going to highlight is McAllister Park. Now, McAllister Park is a wonderful community. It's been around for a while. However, it is both beautiful and prestigious and peaceful. There are a lot of very nice large homes. It's a very walkable community and honestly, and stunning in every regards to how the community was designed and how the homes are built.
One of the great things about McAllister Park are there are no 2 homes that are the same. Every single house is different. The lots are quite large. I actually helped some clients buy one of those beautiful classic homes just a month ago. It needs a little renovation because it's been around for a while, but they got a fantastic deal and they're excited to make it just their own.
Now, it's not just the size of the lot and the size of the homes that are desirable. There is over 60 acres of green space and trails throughout this community. So if you have a little puppy dog to run around, go for a walk, and you can just literally walk for miles.
And one extra bonus about this neighborhood, quite a few of the homes have a fantastic view of Mount Rainier. And you can't get that everywhere here, but this is a neighborhood where you can get that. Price points in McAllister Park range from about the upper 700s to well over $1 million. And that is because, like we said, large lots and also some quite large homes. You've got some well over 3,000 square feet. McAllister Park is ideal if you want a large lot, space around you, a classic large home. But some of you may not need that much space and some of you may prefer a little bit newer home. So next we're going to head to
Horizon Pointe. Now, Horizon Pointe, like Charity mentioned, does have a lot of newer construction homes in that, a little bit smaller lots. That's really convenient if you don't envision your future having to do yard work. So that's what's great about this community. And because they're newer homes, there's not a lot of updating that's needed.
Horizon Pointe is located on the southernmost area of Lacey. So if you look at a map of Lacey, you're going to see that it spreads out kind of long and narrow. And all the way at the very end, Horizon Pointe is basically on its border. An interesting thing to note about this area of Lacey is that you are very close to the Amtrak train station. So if you envision yourself taking the train to maybe Portland or Seattle or beyond, you are very conveniently located. Also, because you're on the southern end of Lacey, you are very close to heading towards Mount Rainier.
The home prices in this area run in the upper 4s up to around $600,000, depending on square footage and other amenities that the home may have. But it is a really beautiful, quintessential HOA type of community.
There is some availability for townhouses in this area, which would then give you a price point that was more in the 3s. It just sold one here a couple months ago, and this first-time homebuyer was really excited to get into his first property at an affordable price. Another great thing about this neighborhood is Horizon Pointe Park. Everything you want in a park right there in your community, which is one of the reasons why people really love this neighborhood.
You might be thinking to yourself, well, that feels like a little bit too south, and I want to be closer to some amenities and maybe even I-5. Well, we've got a place for you, and that is Hawks Prairie.
Hawks Prairie and Meridian Campus are this area just north of the freeway in Lacey, and it's an expansive area. It is the largest HOA style community spread that we have in all of Lacey, Olympia, and Tumwater. And people love living here, not just because the streets are beautiful and clean and the trees are gorgeous in the fall and there's parks everywhere, but also because there are 2 golf courses.
Yep.
So if you are into golf, that's a fantastic place to land. But besides that, you also have some amazing amenities and it's continuing to grow.
What I love about this community is how they built wonderful amenities right in the middle of it. 23 Kitchens is a wonderful name of a restaurant, but really what they have is 22 pickleball courts. So if you're into pickleball and golfing and you want great places to eat, they're all just right in this wonderful little community. So different restaurants or Starbucks, there's also close to Costco, all the things that you would be looking for conveniences in life and amenities to enrich your life, from shopping to restaurants, you've got them there at your fingertips.
Yeah, in fact, I think in this area and also one sort of kitty corner area with more restaurants, you've probably got 15 restaurants just in that. And then you cross over the freeway and you've got Costco and Safeway and Walmart and Home Depot and all of the other things that you need. So if you want to be close to everything that you need every week. This is an area that you would love to live in.
Now, with all those amenities, there does sometimes come a little bit of a price tag because it has its own desirability. The homes are going to start around in the mid 500s and go well over $1 million, depending if you're living on one of the golf courses or not. But very large, very beautiful, really well-maintained community.
Additionally, in this community, you also have a 55 plus community, called Jubilee. It's a very large 55 plus community. It has a giant clubhouse, so many amenities. It's got a trail down to the beach. It's really a location that people love if they want to be in a 55 plus community.
If that's something you're interested in, please check out one of our other videos where we did 55 plus communities, because we do a deep dive into Jubilee specifically so that you have all the information that you need to make an informed decision.
Another great thing about this neighborhood is you are close to both Tacoma State Park, which is a beautiful park with trails and the beach, and you're close to Nisqually Wildlife Refuge, which is another beautiful park, which is an old farm that is now converted to a park. It's got wonderful ponds with all kinds of ducks and wildlife, and a wonderful and a really beautiful trail that winds out over the water. It's a great place to walk when you don't want to be muddy when it's raining, and it's just a fun place to hang out.
So if you love wildlife and just kind of observing them without having to necessarily hike through the woods, you'll have an option for you.
Now, if all that convenience sounds great, but you're looking for a house in a little bit lower budget, then this is the area for you. We're moving next to Midtown Lacey. This is the area of Lacey that has Target and Fred Meyer and Marshalls and Michaels and Kohl's and several restaurants, so many other businesses, as well as the library, the police station. There is a lot going on in Midtown.
Now, in this area, the type of home that you're going to find is usually an older home. Some of them have been updated, some of them haven't been, but the price point is going to be in the mid threes to a little over 500,000. Obviously, there's going to be some that are a little bit higher than that, but the most of them are going to be in that $400,000 range. So the opportunity there is to get a really affordable home in a very convenient location.
Now, if you like this area of Lacey, but an older home isn't quite what you're thinking, and you really would love to have a new construction home, we're going to take you next to what used to be called
Mushroom Corner. Now, Mushroom Corner used to be literally where there was a mushroom farm. And if you can imagine, mushrooms sometimes don't smell very nice, and the fertilizers you put on them aren't very nice. And this made this area not very desirable for those two facts. Matter of fact, sometimes you're just like, which way is the wind blowing and how I'm going to travel through here. So that's what it used to be. However, the mushroom farm has moved away, and it's all the way over. I think it's in
Yakima.
I don't know, other side of the state. So you got plenty of distance between you and the farm. And that has caused an absolute resurgence of this area. And like Charity's mentioning, some new construction that's going in, it becomes a very desirable spot that you can still get into at the early level.
The first one is actually right on top of where the mushroom farm was, and aptly they named it Morel Meadows. If you don't know, morel is a mushroom. This is an area that's just at the beginning of its construction. It's being done by D.R. Horton. It's going to be 179 homes, and it's directly across from the RAC, which is
a regional athletic center. So if you have kids in sports, if you like to play sports, we're talking soccer, we're talking softball, baseball, all of just the summer activities that you want to be involved in. And here, basically, it's year round, as well as a very large park with a covered picnic area for kids to play on with a nice large play area. It's got a lot of things going on for it. It's really a lot of fun.
In addition to that, there is another new construction site that's just down the road a little ways, and it is called Steilacoom Bridge. That one is being built by Rob Rice Homes, and it has been in development for a couple years now. They're still building homes, but there's not as many left to build as there is in Morel Meadows. This neighborhood is going to cap out at 298 homes. So if you're thinking you may want to be in a neighborhood where you don't have to hear hammers for a really long time, this one would probably be a better fit for you. These are beautiful homes. I actually just toured them last week, and every time I'm in a Rob Rice home, I always think to myself, they do a really fantastic job. Their finishes are great. I love how they work with local companies to put their products in, and they really do support the client all the way through the experience.
Now, the homes in these two developments are going to start on the low end in the mid fives and go up from there. So depending on what your price point is, there is going to be an option for you.
And we know convenience is important, so you'll be glad to know you are still close to Costco, and all of the other restaurants and businesses that we mentioned are in that area.
Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, is there anywhere where I might have a view of the water or have water access? Great question. And we've saved, I don't want to say the best for last, but a good one for last if water is on your mind.
Yeah, we consider this a bonus because technically it doesn't have a Lacey address, it has an Olympia address.
The name of this community is appropriately called Beachcrest because you do have your own community beach access, and it is really beautiful.
You also have a marina. It is a marina that only allows boats in and out at high tides. but still, you can have a boat there. It also has storage for kayaks. It has 2 covered cabanas, has a beautiful walkway through the neighborhood that you can walk through the woods and get to the beach, or you can drive your car down. The clients that we have had who have bought in this neighborhood specifically bought it for the beach. It was a little further out than they wanted, but once they saw this beach, they were sold.
Now, surprisingly, the price points start in the mid 400s, which is for all of the amenities that have with the beachfront community. That is fantastic. Of course, once you have water view and larger homes on the water, that price is going to go well over $1 million. But you get to have all those amenities for that price point. It's a pretty good value, to say the least.
And although this is an HOA community, it doesn't look like what you'd expect an HOA community to be. It's a very eclectic area. Our clients that bought there are artists, and they love that they didn't have to have their house look exactly like the neighbor's house, and they can have variety. They can have garden in their front yard, whatever they want. It does offer a lot more individuality in this neighborhood as well.
So as you can see, Lacey is popping off. Apparently that is what the cool kids say. That things are going well, and it is a good opportunity for a wide variety of people who are looking to move into this area.
If you have any more questions about Lacey or any of the areas in the Pacific Northwest, we would love to help you. Just go ahead and reach out on the number below, or click the link in the description below, and you can jump on our calendars. And if you've enjoyed this video, then keep watching, because in the next one, we're going to give you all the details on what's happening in the Olympia market.